Good afternoon, traders. It is the S&P 500 Futures, Micro Futures chart review for 7/2/2019. Let's go over kind of the action today. We've got about 7 minutes left in the day. Pretty much an inside bar day. Did test down here into this bottom area, and I'll show you. We did call that out this morning. We also talked about this 74 level up here. It made it to 73, just quite couldn't make it there, made it into the gap. But they're probably going to run this up into that 74 level here at the end of the day, is my guess. But let's go over a little bit more of the chart action. So you can see we went back down, tested, oh man, the crazy little pointer. Let's tested this area again, got a nice little bounce off of it, up to the top, sold off. Now we're going right back up. This is basically a big looking bull flag to me. And I could see it kind of just running up to maybe tomorrow, who knows. Again, more sideways action. Here goes the pop into the 75 or 74 area that we just talked about. Got great rejection off of there just as we hit it. And now getting that nice little sell. So beautiful trade that could have just happened right there. Could have got a good scalp out of that. Let's take a look at this chart over here. So you can see this was one of the areas that we called down here. Traded right down into it, and look at that big old pop and a ride to the other side right there. Didn't make it into any of the other levels, so kind of a boring day that you didn't get any of the other levels. But we're now getting into that high volume node right here at 74. Right. So you can see here on the intraday, we got a nice little pop off of that area that we highlighted right here, right into the high volume node. Nice pull off. You would have got an easy scalp out of that. Went a little bit beyond it right there into the gap, but it's working right now. Let's go over a few of the lines that we got on the chart here. Let me talk real quick about this delta down here. So there's one thing that I use delta for, and it's to look for kind of situations where it gets way over extended, and that tends to be at about 20,000 on either side. When delta seems to get about 20,000, it seems to get a reverse. I'm not sure if I'm going to have a good example in here. Most of these stayed up here at the highs. That's just the excitement in the run up. Nothing during the middle of the day. But 20,000 seems to be like a good little signal on the delta when it gets there in the middle of the day, that they've kind of taken their fill of the market, and they tend to kind of reverse at that point. That's just one thing that I've kind of noticed on delta over the time that I've used it. Put it on your charts, see if I'm kind of lying or fibbing or whatever. It can go over, it can go to 24,000 or whatever, but this coincided perfectly into that level that we kind of called down here, and you can see that that scalp line right there. Let me take this one off the chart real quick and kind of back this up. Look for, let's see, 730 right here. Of course, all those lines that we have on the chart we called this morning, just so that if you want to go back and look at the prep video this morning, you'll know how we were looking at it and kind of calling it this morning. So we had this big area right here. You can see that I had a scalping line. I snugged that up. It's a little bit hard to see, but I snugged that up I just lost my pointer again. I snug that up right up to the line right here, right into the gap, and that's why I put that line right there. You can see that I've got another scalp line right up here, went right after that level right there, and then I got another one right after that level right there. It's on that step. I had a couple scalp lines down here. I didn't really like them. This is a little bit too tight for me for levels. But this one was right into this gap right here. Boy, they're really, really screaming this thing up to the top right now. This gap right here, and you can see that actually played out well right in here, and you can see how this one played out. It was right on top of this volume node. You can see this one right down here. I put it right against the step on that one, and again another one down here right against the step, and another one right into the gap. So if we kind of scroll forward a little bit at this point, you can see this one kind of almost came into play right here, where like a tick off of that level. You can see how it hit and rejected right there on that 74 level, almost up to the next one right there. This one right down here into that gap that I had. This one worked perfectly right here. Told you I didn't really like this one. I mean, it did work right here and right here. There was kind of a level in there. You can see that they were trading it across here, but I wasn't really excited about that one. And this level right here, you can see that this first touch, it worked real great. And then on the way back, it worked real good right there. Worked real good right there. So scalps and all of those. And that's basically how I drew them this morning and got those levels. If you need more information about that, just hit me up in the comments and we can talk about it. Let's go over the other trades that I saw today. So obviously this one was drawn in. We also saw that higher 74 level, which was right here, which was drawn in. This one kind of came up real close into it. See how you had this gap right here, right underneath it. I mean, literally any of these locations were kind of like the spot, but I tend to like to be up against the higher volume, and that's why the scalp line went up there for that one. But intraday, so this one right here, look at this. This was right down into this lower level, but there was this one right here on this lower level that really kind of hard to put across right there, and that was a beautiful one right there. You can see the scalp line was right up against it, and that was the spot for today. There is a level right in here, I believe. If I pull some of this across, let's see what we can get here. Oh, there is a level all the way across here, and you see how this is right here. So right here blocked this move all morning long. That was like 40 minutes of trading right there, and then it finally gave up. You can see how it worked on the other side too when it came up and around and hit it, and there was a couple scalps right in there. Not sure if this is going to help or not. And then all the way across, it worked on the other side right here too. So this was the high volume node all the way across, and it was working on both sides of the line. And to me, support and resistance is trading on both sides. So you got to have both sides trading in order to be support and resistance in my book. Let's see what else that we had down here. Let me find the end of that guy. So if I pull that across, you can see how that kind of worked right into that area. When the stock was coming back, I believe this ties up just perfectly right down here. So this is how you would have got on this if you didn't catch the bottom of this. See this high volume node when it popped over and came back and jumped right into it, and then it was gone after that point. So just to show you how you get on the trend move right there. This guy right up here, you can see we had all that trading across there, popped up right nicely into it. It went a little bit beyond, but nice little sell right there. And then if we move up to the next level, I believe there's one right there. See that guy right there, hit it perfectly. I think I can get it to hit it perfectly. Nice little sell off right there. Beautiful trade right there. There was a level right in here. But it was all the way kind of across it, a little bit higher, and I don't know if I can get it there, but I could see it building, and that was that little pop right there. There was a tiny scalp right on the top of that. Anything else that I saw in this? I believe that there was a level down here, but this happened like pre-market, early in the trading right there. And I'm not sure if there was anything in this one little line right here. No, there wasn't anything. Too thin. Take a quick notice here. You know, I always warn about these fast moves. Fast move up, pretty fast move down right here. Pretty fast little moves right here. Fast move down, fast move back up. You know, so you always got to be careful of the thin areas when you're not making a whole lot of volume, because they'll tend to travel real fast when they fall. So there was like nothing in here, and that's why that one went pretty quick all the way to the bottom right there. Anything else that I can explain to you on the chart? Didn't even look at the symmetry lines today. Let's take a quick gander here, draw them over. Didn't quite make it. Pretty much traded in a range. Never quite came back. So nothing on the symmetry lines really at all. So looks like a strong day after all, and right into the end. Call it crazy. I'm going to run it right up into my last kind of scalp line right here, and yeah, you don't want to short on the last hour of the day, last end of the day, because they do this so often that it's just, you know, kind of suicide to even play in this stuff. But you can see right up to the line. I'm going to stop right there and be it for the day. If you like the analysis, please subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate it. Please like the video if you can, if you did like it. If you find the information useful, please comment. If you're interested in getting these scalping lines in the morning, let me know. I can always add them back. It didn't seem like anybody was really interested in trying to draw these scalping lines, but you can see how they work. And okay, hope you had a good trading day. I was successful, so see you in the morning for the prep video. Take care.